Hi, I'm Sue Boo, bringing crafting to you, and today we're going to make a hippo happiness card, doing something different because we're using different techniques. But just before I begin, if you shop with me, which was the 28th of March till the 25th of April, please use this hostess code. If you're watching from my Facebook business page, you can click on my shop link and you can shop from there, but please put in that code. If you are on my YouTube channel, thank you very much. Please subscribe and press the notification bell so that you will see when I upload any more videos. Again, in the description box, it will take you back to my Facebook page where there is a shop link, and if you press put in this code, it is unique to me. If you want to go direct to Stampin' Up shop, then you can do, as long as you put that code in, and it will come back to me so that you can share in the hostess gifts. Thank you very much. Right, today, before we begin our card, I wanted to show you some things about the all-inclusive kit, Hello Dear Friend. It's a lovely kit, and you can make 12 cards, 3 of each of these designs, and I have showed you another design. But when you finish with the card kit, this is when it says it's all inclusive, you get an ink spot with it. And lots of things that you can use, but you have things left at the end. Now, one of the things that you get left at the end with is, of course, the stamps. And I just wanted to show you some of the things that I have just been playing around with the stamps. You could make a border for a card. You can use the small flower in it to make a bigger flower, and here I've made an even bigger flower with it, and just cut it out with an oval. And you could just simply put that on the middle of the card with the stamp, thank you, and there's a lovely elegant card for you. You could use it like this as a border going up. And again, I've only put in a couple of different coloured ink spots. You can do whatever colours you've got. And another way of getting some different colours is by using Stampin' Right markers. You could use those to ink up the stamp. So this one would be a front of the card, which would be Hello Dear Friend. Then I've made like a bouquet almost, or like a bush type one with just a little note, and another sort of similar one here. And then you can make DSP with it as well, so you could make it like that. I've then cut out a rectangle to remember the day. So there is lots of things that you can do with this kit, and when you've actually finished with making the cards, if you make them exactly as on here, then you will be left with and I'm just going to get this out to show you what you will be left with. So of course you get your stamping block to be able to put and use, but in the actual leaves, you would get how many leaves are going to be left? Oh, I haven't put how many. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get 6 leaves left. So that's how, if you did it how it is, you get 6 of those leaves left. You would get 3 of the big flowers left and 3 of the smaller cards left. You wouldn't get any of these coloured flowers. They'd all be gone if you made the cards as is. In the labels, you would actually get 3 of these left, 3 of those left, 3 of these left, and those are the three, and 3 of those left. So you would get plenty of labels left to make other things as well. So I have already shown you one alternative. If you bought this set from me, then I would, of course, if you want to make alternatives, I would be prepared to give you free one-to-ones to make different things. But I just wanted to show you, because I think it's such a beautiful kit, and it's got such a lovely little flower that you can do. No, it didn't. It's now due to come tomorrow, so we'll see. So you can do several things with it, and you would of course get some of your cord that there's left, and of course your ink spot will last you well beyond stamping all the cards that you need to do. So I just wanted to show you that because today I am actually going to use this flower out of this kit, so I'm going to use that. But also, and this is still in clearance, you can buy paper pumpkin kits, and I'm going to use this one here from the paper pumpkin. This was Hello Sunshine, I think it's called, or just Sunshine. I can't remember what the kit's called. As I say, it's still available, and there's lots of lovely things, like you've got Sunshine, You Are Loved. I use that a lot. It's got a little something to brighten your day. That's another one. I've used the sun quite a bit, and this is lovely here, and this is what we're going to use today. So again, the paper pumpkin has everything but the block in it to make things, so they are also very good buys, so I highly recommend them. Right, now what we're going to do is we're going to start off. I'm just going to mount this on a block to start with, so we've got that, and you'll see it better when I stamp, but you're able to make this continuous, and we're going to do that, but I'll show you that in a minute. And also, as I said, we are going to use the leaves and possibly the flowers, so I will put those two up on my block to show you those. I just think it's such a lovely set. And what's going to happen is paper pumpkin is the new one that's coming to England is coming out on the 13th, so that's going to be out. I'm going to have a drink, I've got a tickly throat. That is coming out on the 13th, and I'll be showing you that at a later date. Right, so what I've got is a standard size, as we call it, card base, which is 8 1/4 by 5 7/8, scored down the middle at 4 1/8. I'm not going to fold that at the moment. I'm going to leave that open for the minute, and because we are today working with photopolymers, I am getting my stamping mat. Okay, I'm going to have to drink today. It seems so my throat's quite tickly. That tricks me then. A UPS came up the road, but it's not coming to me. Okay, so we have got this card, and what I'm going to do is I've made a mat. Now we're using the Hippo Happiness and the dies from the Hippo Happiness. So you've got some beautiful dies in this. It's a really lovely bundle that you can use, and it's going to be carrying on, I think. I just need to check that for you, but I think I'm right. It's carrying on into the new catalogue, but I will just have to double check that for you. Yes, it is. So everything's carrying on into the new catalogue. So it's got some lovely things like your swirly string and cuts out a butterfly plus your hippo's got some small flowers and like a little leaf and your balloons and horse, and it has got a little point to turn your horse into a unicorn, a little bow tie. Excuse me. And these little things, I think they are for leaves, and it's got these dies and these, so it's, and you can make tags with it because it's got these here that you can put on to make tags. So a lot of dies that you can do many things with. You'll have seen me in the past make a easel card using these. In fact, this one would be suitable to make a triple easel card like I made the other day. So again, it's absolutely fantastic. Oh dear. Sorry about this, it's a really bad tickle. Right, now what I've done is I've used the biggest of the dies to cut out the shape on my card to make a mask. Now we need both this, and I'm going to show you why soon. All I've done is do another piece of photocopier paper that's identical card size to my card. I'm placing that on top of my card exactly, and I'm just going to make sure it is exact, yeah, and I'm just going to pop some and this is just semi-permanent, and I'm just going to pop just a little bit on the back like that, and I'm going to pop this back where it should go here. And this is another lovely thing, look at the detail. I'll show it to the camera. You get the detail on the outside as well as the one you cut out. So I'm now going to remove this for the moment so that we have got this in place. Now I'm going to use many different colours. So I have got Rococo Rose, Mint Macaroon, Yellow Daffodil, and Daffodil Delight, sorry, and Seaside Spray. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do kind of a rainbow effect, I think. So I'm going to open my ink pad and I've just, what have I done with my, I'm just going to get this ready at my side, and we've mounted up on the block my, just make sure it's straight as it can be. I think that looks about straight, yeah. So I'm just going to tap this in my ink, and I'm just going to go at the top, coming off the top edge of the card. This is quite difficult because I can't quite see properly. I think that's better, I can see now. So I'm going to press down on that, come away, and then I can put this in and get it about there. That's right, and press down. So we're getting a continuous line going down. So I'm just going to move that up, and then I ought to put a piece of paper underneath this, so I'll just pop that in now, get this on the bottom, and put that there. There we go. So remove my piece of paper. I'm just going to put my lid on my Rococo Rose. I'm now going to use my chamois to clean my stamp. Okay, and I think I'm going to go for the Seaside Spray next. So bringing out the Seaside Spray, and I'm going to do exactly the same. So I'll put that at the top this time turn that over just in case that's still wet. So I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap and just bring that down. And so I've got a little bit of a gap there and stamp straight over. So make sure that I've got it lined up correctly. And then we want a little bit at the bottom, so I'm just going to push this out at the bottom, and again bring that in position, and there we go. Okay, so just going to put my cover on my Seaside spray now and clean this up. Okay, now I'm going to go for my mint macaron. And do exactly the same. So I'm going to ink that up. I'm going to push that at the top so that I can go over it, and just leave that little bit of a gap there. There we go. And I'm going to carry on down, even though I don't really need to do this bit. Just so that I've got it in the line I want it, and just bring this down to the bottom and put that there. Okay, so that's my mint macaron. Just gonna clean that stamp up. And this stamp, why I wanted this particular stamp from this paper pumpkin is you can do all sorts with it. You can do borders with it. You can do what I'm just doing now. It'd be great to do it closer together and emboss it. That would give you a lovely effect on your card. Right, so that was mint macaron. I'm going to go for Daffodil Delight now. So bring in Daffodil Delight. Right, so Daffodil Delight, bringing that up there, and then do that next one. Sit, and then bring that down for the bottom. And with this, okay, pop that there. Okay, right, put my Daffodil Delight lid on and clean up my hands and clean up my stamp. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to or shall I let's see, no, I'll carry on with what I'm doing. So Cocoa Rose will come again, so I'm going to restamp with the Cocoa Rose. Now I realised that I'd missed a little bit at the top there, so I'm just going to go back in with that and hope I got it right. Okay, and just gonna clean that up a bit. Okay, so we can bring this back on, leave that little bit of a gap again, pop that there, and bring this down a little bit. So that's there, and move it up and do the last one on there. There we go, and put my lid back on. I'm going back to Seaside Spray. So my Seaside Spray is coming out now. So we'll start again at the top. leaving that little bit of a gap. So I see seaside spray, and go about there, and bring it at the bottom. Just pop my bit out. Got not enough. Let's put it out a little bit more. And there we go. And then we'll just, with our mint macaron, I'm just going to go down the side edge. Okay, so I'll just do down the side edge. It's unfortunate I'd not, never done this before, so I've not seen whereabouts it needed to finish, but that will be fine. And just a little bit there. Okay, just rub that off a minute. Okay, so that's that bit done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my mask completely back on. So I want to put the mask completely back on, exactly in the place. There we go. So that fits completely. And then I'm going to take off, I'm just going to stick a little bit on the mask just to hold this. Okay, so I'm just going to stick a little bit on there just to hold the mask in place, and I think I'll just stick a bit on there. That will hold the mask in place, so that's now in there. And then I'm going to take off carefully the actual mask that I've done for that bit. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'd already cut out a smaller, the next size down. So I'm going to put a little bit of my tape on the back and position this where I want it. So hoping that I've got that about right. When I'm happy that that's in the right position, okay, I think that's about right. Oh, that moved. I think hopefully that's going to hold in place. Now what I wanted to do this time was, I've got Night of Navy, and I'm just going to ink up my leaves from the Dear Friends, and I'm going to just put it round the outside. Now that looks as though it can take a flower, so if it's going to take a flower, I am going to give it Rococo Rose as its flower. So if that looks as though I can fit a flower in, I'm just going to go into my Rococo Rose and just position that where it would be and just pop that there. Okay, then back into my ink and then my Rococo Rose. Looks as though I can get another one there. Now I'm hoping this is going to look fine. I've never done this before, so I had an idea in my mind, so I am just going with it. So I'm going to do that. My Rococo Rose. Now you could do this anyway, what I'm doing, you could actually do this as a wreath. So this would be something that you could do as a wreath. But I I'm obviously doing it like this as a kind of wreath, but it's gonna be a border for something. Okay, so go back to my night of navy, and it's going to be like that, and cocoa rose, and down there, yeah, that's right, and bring in this, I think I'll do around like that, rococo rose for my flower, and then night of navy for my leaf. So a bit more of that, a little bit of my rococo rose, and then my night of navy. So bringing round, let's do one like that. Oh, nearly skipped night of navy, don't go doing that. And that goes there, and I'm just going to stamp, I think, a little, maybe, no, perhaps something like that. Okay, right, so I'm going to cover my ink pads now. So as I say, you could do a wreath something like that, and Boo, don't you like that? I know you mean me delivery. Okay, so I'm going to take that off now, and we can also take off this mask now. So I'm going to peel that off carefully. Brilliant. So there we go. And now we are going to have the smallest one. We are going to cut this out, and I think I'm going to do that in the white. I've not decided quite. Shall I do it in white, or should I do it in, or should I do, yes, I think I'm going to have to do it in white. So I'm going to get a scrap piece of white. So I'll get a scrap piece of white, and I'm going to run that, there we go, just going to run that through my mini to cut out the smallest of the layering pieces. So just pop out my mini. And move those out of the way now. Mini. And just put my plates on. Have a drink. That's it. So we're going to just cut a little bit more than we need, so I'll do that just on a scrap, take that through, there we go. There we go. So that, let's just pop those out of the way, and this will be fitting in the centre. But before we do that, we need to do a little bit more stamping, and we are going to stamp the hippo. So I'm just going to clean up these stamps, because I just want to use, and I don't want to get anything on myself, so I'm just going to clean up my stamps. As you can see, I've stamped a lot now. Your stamps can get totally covered like that, but don't worry, because that is clean. No more ink will come off that. That is totally clean, but it's just dyed my stamp. Doesn't affect the way they stamp at all. It's just that they sometimes get very dyed when you particularly use colours like the bright pinks or reds. They do get very badly stained. So I'm going to put that away. So I just love this. Right, now I'm going to first of all put the outline of my hippo. So this is the better one to do. So this has got all the actual detail on it, and I'm going to stamp this in the charcoal grey. Okay, so I'm going to stamp that in the charcoal grey. So just sure I've got plenty of ink on, so I'm going to stamp that in my charcoal grey, just like this. And then you can see all its definition now. I'm going to remove that, and then I'm going to stamp the whole of it. Now, when I stamp the whole of it, so this is your next stamp. Let's take that off there. Okay. Now this time I've got my math that I've used here, and I'm just going to use that as a stamp off. So I'm going to ink up. So I've inked up, and I'm going to stamp off, and then I'm going to put it on top of my hippo, and I'm happy. I'm going to stamp down. There we go, and that gives it the lighter bits there now. And then the one last bit that we need is the face. So I am going to pop that back and get our hippo face. So our hippo face, I think it's that one. That one? I'm not sure. That doesn't look right. Oh no, what am I thinking of? Big face, it's here, look. So we're going to get the hippo face, and then I'm going to really ink that, and I think it's like that. I think it's something like that. So position that, hold that. Oh, that didn't look right. What happened there? Oh, I think I pressed too much down in the middle. So good job we've got two, and you can see where I forced it down too much. Shouldn't have done that. Okay, so we'll start again with our hippo. So, and I'm just gonna double check that I got the right face. Yeah, I definitely think I got the right face, so we'll try again. So I'll just pop my face on one side and do it again. So I'm going to do the body first. So I'm going to do that first. Clean up my stamp and pop him back in there. I'm then going to get the whole of the body, ink up the whole of my body, and then I'm just going to stamp that off and then put him on the top. When I'm happy that I've lined it up as best I can, I will go down and press him on. That's it. And then clean that up. Then we're going to do the face. And I'm just going to get out a picture in the catalogue just to have a look at the face of the hippo. Hopefully it's got it in the new catalogue so I can see. Where is the hippo happiness? Can't show you in here, but I'm just looking myself off camera. Page 62. So I'm just gonna look. Oh, isn't that typical? They're showing the stamp set. Right, so I just need to get the old one, which I can show you this one now. And I'll look for the hippo happiness. I thought I saw a picture. Yes, there we go. So there's my hippo. So I need to look at that. So it goes on top of those. So I know what I'm doing now. So let's try again and get the face. And I just need to put the, let me look again, the cheeks over the top of those and press it down. And I'm not going to force it this time. I'm just going to gently press, and perfection. There we go. Press too hard. That's what I did wrong. Because we've got the cushion, I shouldn't have dug into it. I should have just been gentle with it. Okay, so that's the face done now. And just getting my stamp clean and put the stamp back so I don't lose it. And then I'm going to bring out the die to cut the hippo. There we go. I'm going to just cut a little bit off this. We don't need to put all that through, so I'm going to just bring in my die cutting machine again. And that needs to go back in there. So just bring back in my mini. Put these there. So here we've got the hippie, the hippo. And I'm just going to stick the die on the top like that. Trying to make sure that happy with the positioning. I think that's okay. Pop on my top sheet and wind him through. There we go. I'll just pop my machine. My die can go out there. And that's my hippo cut out. Okay, pop those out of the way. So bring back in my card. And I'm going to stick my hippo in the middle and put him up on some dimensionals. So where have I popped them now? I've put so many things on the table now. The dimensionals have run away. Oh, they're not. I'm overlooking them. So here's my dimensionals. Okay, so I'm going to just pop my hippo up on a couple of dimensionals. There we go. So there we go. There's my hippo. And I'm going to pop him in the middle now and pop him up on some dimensionals as well. him in the middle. Hopefully that's about the middle. Okay, so now we can crease our card, and there's our pretty hippo there. And then from the actual hello dear friends, I'm just going to use the thank you. So I'm going to pop this up, thank you, and again I'm going to do this in grey, but I'm going to look in my labels that I've got from the hello card kit. So I'm just going to bring out, and I just want a small one, so I want one that size, so I'm just going to bring that out, and I'm just going to see whether that is big enough to stamp on. So try that. That looks as though it will stamp in there. Yes, so I'm going to bring back my stamping mat, and pop that there, and bring back my smoky slate, and just tap, 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 tap of my thank you, and then I'm going to put this in the middle here. There we go. Bring that down. There we go. And then we'll just pop this up on dimensional, and we'll put this at the bottom. One on the outside, and then one there. Okay. Just put that even. Get up. I might just do it about there. Okay, there you go. So that's a lovely thank you card. So I hope you liked that. So it's given it a bit of a rainbow effect, and I have done this in this way because the Big Team Challenge that I've been asked to do is to create a project with my clothing that I'm wearing, which I'm going to show you is grey and the navies, and I've got navy blue trousers on. So that's where the grey and the navy come in. And it had got to be your favourite Stampin' Up colour, and I just love the Seaside Spray anyway. That's one of my favourite colours. And also your mug, and you'll know, Hannah, which one my favourite one is. It's the one that says something like only the best mums become grandmas, and on it it's the white background, but it has all these colours on it. So we were asked to do it from our favourite coffee or tea mug. Well, I have hot chocolate in it twice a day, so it's definitely my favourite. So I've put the card together using those colours, and that's why it's in this. But I thought I'd make it different, showing the versatility of the Hippo happiness. Particularly the dies are fantastic. So because you've got so many as I say, the different kind of things that you can do with these dies. I did a card, You Are the Best, this one, that I did the other day. Now, the dies from this set, if you used either this die, would work perfectly doing that, or even this die would work perfectly doing that. So it's a great die set. They will practically all fit in the mini. I am just looking at the biggest one. They are not saying it's for the mini, but it just about fits on the plate. Now, Stampin' Up would have a disclaimer saying because they've not put it in their catalogue as going through the mini, but I actually think I have tried it in my mini and I think I got it to work, I think. But apart from that die, which is the largest die in the set, all the rest of the dies would go in there. So every single one of the other dies will fit in the mini. It's only the largest die that it just barely fits on the plate. So that's why Stampin' Up will say that this die set is not suitable, but it's only that die. The rest will fit on the mini plates with ease, look. So there, plenty of room for that one, all the cutting out, plenty of room for those. The one that I've just showed you that will go there, plenty of room for those. So and all the little bits that you get with it. So as I say, it's only that one that will not really fit properly on the mini. You should have it a little bit narrower to actually fit on. But what I will do is I will show you this card is practically the right size for this. So I'm just going to cut off and move these out of the way, bring back in. I'm going to just cut that bit that protrudes a little bit. I'm going to cut that off there. I'm going to place that on my mini plate and just remove my Hippo. Put that back on my die. I'm going to put that on there. So I'll pop it in there. And the die cut out perfectly fine. So as I say, it would be a disclaimer from Stampin' Up. So if you had trouble cutting it out yourself, then it would be a disclaimer from Stampin' Up. But as I've showed you, the die does fit on the plate, and as long as your card is virtually the same size as the die, that there's no really overhang, then you will be able to cut out this. But if you wanted to do something like an aperture like this, you would need a big die machine to have put this in to cut it out. But as I say, you can see from what I've just done that it's cut that out perfectly well, no problem at all. So it does, they will all cut out from your mini. But as I say, I'm definitely telling you it will be a disclaimer from Stampin' Up, as they have not put this for their mini machine, but every single die apart from this one will easily fit in it, and I managed to cut out with this one. So I just love my mini, so I'd grab my mini anytime, and I stretch my mini to its limits, you know. So I use it all the time. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you liked my thank you card, how I did it, that it was a bit different, how I used the mask techniques. I hope you will have a go yourself to try something like that. It doesn't have to be with these dies. You could use circle dies, square dies, The stitch framelets would be great. The stitched ovals will work. The stitch circles will work. Could even do it with the triangles. So there are lots of dies, as long as it's nesting dies of some sort. These are different how they nest. If I can just show you, they nest and are quite fancy when they nest. So if you see that, they nest, but they're quite fancy how they do it. So I just thought it'd give different detail on here, and it'd just be totally different. So thank you very much for dropping by. I do appreciate that you've watched my video today. I will be back tomorrow with more crafty goodness. Stay safe, stay well. Don't forget, if you want to shop with me, please use my host code, which I have currently buried. But if you look at the beginning, oh, it's here. So say if you want to shop with me, then please use that host code up until the 25th of April, and so you can share in the stamping rewards with me. Thank you very much, as I say, for stopping by. If you're on my YouTube channel, please subscribe and press the notification button so you'll not miss any of my further videos. Thank you very much. Bye.